When supernatural siblings Dormammu and Umar team up to take over and recreate all of reality, Doctor Strange must reunite the Defenders, Submariner, the Hulk, and Silver Surfer, but none of them want to help. It's a battle to the end amongst themselves to try to get along long enough to save the world in The Defenders by Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMatteis, and Kevin Maguire. Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 155, The Defenders. My name is Eric.
And I'm Jason.
How's it going?
Excellente.
Good to hear.
It is nice to be excellente.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose it is.
Yeah. And yourself?
I'm alright.
Yeah. It's cool. Seems like I haven't seen you in a long time.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
Well, technically it really hasn't. Saw each other Friday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have, we didn't talk much.
No.
The opportunity, never presented itself to have a conversation of any kind.
Oh, yeah. We were in very, very loud, environments.
Yeah.
Or at least one loud environment.
Yeah. In your not so loud environment, I mostly just talk to your lady friend since I don't ever get to talk to her.
No. I don't blame you.
Yeah. And then in that other environment, I lost my voice trying to talk to you.
Yeah, I think we all did. Yeah, we went to karaoke after dinner, and none of us did karaoke, but it felt like we did.
Yeah.
That bar was so loud.
Yeah, it was pretty obnoxious.
Yeah.
Might be done with bars.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they're one of my least favorite places, if not my least favorite place to drink, because it's always so loud and expensive,
right.
and I don't like that.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind a bar so much if there were pool tables.
Oh yeah,
like something to do other than sit and drink or do karaoke.
I think they have maybe a pinball or a dart. I think they have a dartboard.
I think I saw the dart machine. Yeah, and they have like one of those trivia machine things up at the bar, which is just sitting at the bar, drinking.
Yeah,
or not drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only bad thing. If they had some pool tables, that place would be great.
Yeah. Away from the karaoke.
Away, far away.
Yeah.
Like maybe in a basement. Or an upstairs, or just around a soundproof corner.
Yeah. We didn't do drawing night for reasons we'll get into later.
We will.
And we're doing this on a Monday instead of a Sunday for reasons that I'm not sure of. But I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. The Defenders. Marvel Comics. Written by Keith Giffen and J.M. DeMatteis. Drawn by Kevin Maguire.
How old is this thing?
5 years, something like that. 2005, maybe?
Yep, 05.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the first time that particular group of creators have done a Marvel book.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Astute comic nerds will, of course, know that that is the comic team behind the Justice League International.
The classic. Like 86? 87? Yeah.
Right after Millennium or whatever that was.
Millennium.
Yeah. It's been a couple years since I've read it.
Uh-huh.
But one of my favorite superhero comics of all time.
Really?
Justice League International.
Oh, I meant this.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I read some in the 80s.
Right.
I don't remember them very well at all.
Right.
But yeah, they were funny. They were good.
Yeah. Funny, action-packed, full of character, full of personality. It was a winning combination.
That's right.
Lots of B-list characters, which I always like.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of the A-listers sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can do without a Superman. I can do without a Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Or without a Batman?
Okay, maybe that's pushing it.
Yeah.
But I just it seems to me like if you're a creator at Marvel or DC that you're going to have a lot more leeway with characters whose continuities aren't directly tied to the survival of the
Right.
your publishing line.
Yeah, you can't really fuck with your Wolverines and your Supermans.
Right. But you can fuck with Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, and in the process make them fucking awesome.
Yeah.
This is League Night territory almost.
Yeah.
Because, I've said it many times before there, and now I'm going to say it here. And I'm sure I've actually said it many times here. Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, some of my favorite comic characters ever.
Yeah.
Thanks to Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMatteis, and Kevin Maguire.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys! And, I just I have so much reverence for Justice League International, and so I was super excited when the gang was brought back together and they were going to work on a Marvel book.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I think that Justice League book does sort of occupy a special place in comics history.
Yeah.
You know? It really does.
And,
a lot of people...
so much so that they decided to kill all the characters from it about 3-4 years ago.
Well, yeah, they couldn't improve on them, so might as well axe them. And I'm not talking about questioning them.
No.
I'm talking about just destroying them.
Yep. Of course, none of that matters anymore, because...
oh, yeah. None of that ever happened.
None of that ever happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't you feel kind of silly now?
I do.
Wasting all your time reading this?
I'm, you're right. I'm going to find all my DC books from before the New 52 and just burn them.
Except for Flashpoint, because it sort of ties in.
Oh, I don't have those.
Oh.
But I'll burn your copies of Flashpoint.
Okay. I don't have any, but I'll run out and buy some.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just big bonfire of pre-52 Universe DC books.
Nice.
We'll just we'll do it up.
That sounds great.
We'll grill a turkey on it for Thanksgiving.
That's perfect. That is perfect. Maybe we can stuff the turkey with all the ashes from the burnt. Yeah. No, that wouldn't be tasty at all.
No, probably not. Yeah. Probably a lot of toxins from the ink.
Oh yeah,
especially from the 80s.
Like if they're bagged still. And,
yeah.
Foil covers and whatnot.
So here we are, 2005, Marvel Comics.
This is 2011.
Well, I'm talking about back then.
Oh, okay.
when this book that we're going to talk about came out.
Oh, I gotcha. I'm with you.
Yeah. Because I know this is 2011. This is 2011 when we read this book from 2005. And back then,
that makes sense.
He had this book come out with this group of creators. I believe I mentioned already. First time together working for Marvel.
Right.
Bringing their Justice League International brand of wackiness to the Marvel Universe.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe not succeeding so much.
Really? Uh-oh. So, okay. So you're saying they didn't succeed in recreating the same magic, or they just didn't succeed in making a funny Marvel comic?
Oh, they succeeded in making it funny. But I think by this point, I'd seen this shtick before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of old hat.
Oh.
I mean, it's not a terrible story.
Right.
Yeah, but it's definitely not their best either.
Well, that's cool because I actually quite liked it. Yeah. So that makes me think, like, maybe I should totally check out those Justice Leagues then if I like this and that was even better.
Right.
Of course, maybe what if it's the same thing? Like, oh, I've seen that shtick over in the Defenders.
Right.
You know, what if I have a the opposite reaction.
You might. I don't think you will, though.
No.
So I think because basically all they did was just sort of transplant personalities from their Justice League runs onto the Defenders.
So is like Doctor Strange, Blue Beetle, and Namor Booster Gold, sort of?
No. I would say Doctor Strange is more Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
Namor is definitely Guy Gardner.
Okay. Even has his arms crossed on the cover.
Yeah. The Silver Surfer, I would say, is definitely more of Blue Beetle. And the Hulk is
Black Canary?
Black Canary. Well, that explains why he wears the fishnets throughout the entire movie.
Yeah. Huh. Well, so was this the first time you'd read this, or have you read it like years ago? And
I think I mentioned on the last episode when I picked it that I read like the first 3 issues, maybe the first 2 issues or so.
Okay.
And then my comic shop never got the rest.
Oh, that's right. I blocked that out. Wait, was it Mavericks?
Yeah.
There's no way we didn't get them. We probably just cut our order drastically or something.
Probably.
Because we would order any schlock that Marvel printed.
Right. All I know is that I didn't get the last 3 issues of this book, and couldn't find them until like 2 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. And not at Mavericks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
And since I already had like the first 2 issues, I didn't want to buy the trade or the hardcover, so because I knew that I also could not get any trade for those 2 issues.
Right. Yeah, these would probably be in our quarter box if we had them. At the very least, the half price section.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that's cool. That's cool. I thought it was funny. There were times where I thought the bickering between Dormammu and Umar, it got a little old.
Yeah. See, I felt that way about most all the characters.
Really?
Like, just between Namor and Doctor Strange, the bickering was kind of old, and then, but I think my biggest problem is that it was the same voice each time.
Right.
Like whether it was Dormammu and Umar, or Strange and Namor, or Namor and Hulk, like it always read the same.
I do agree there. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the characters had their own, like Doctor Strange was a little bit more,
verbose and...
Yeah, and he was like a little more noble too.
Right.
But yeah, they did sort of like, it was all like just one big voice arguing with itself.
Right. And, I mean, it's amusing, for a while, but I don't think, sustained over 5 issues. I thought it was a little much.
Right.
Yeah. And, I feel like I'm also giving the impression here that I, hated this. I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, it was a fun, sort of meaningless superhero story.
Yeah.
Which, is honestly the type of superhero story that I want to read more of. I just thought some of the like I said, some of the shtick just, got a little old really fast. Yeah.
I mean, I actually enjoyed it more than I expected to.
Right.
But at the same time, like I've seen like the, funny superhero stories so much over the years, even not having read the Justice League stuff, that it wasn't like, oh my god, how crazy is this?
Right, yeah.
But I did think of this when I was reading this. This would be a perfect thing, we have so many comic readers at Mavericks who, they really like superheroes and they collect superhero comics, but you can tell like they're just not excited about them anymore.
Right.
Like, I think this would be a perfect book to buy, Christmas is coming up, listeners.
Yeah.
A perfect book to gift someone who does like superhero books, but, they might be getting a little bored with...
Right, tired of the same old.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Because, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if you read any of the letters column or anything like that.
And,
I think, in the first issue, they talk about, how this project got put together with DeMatteis and Giffen and all that. But, because, primarily known for Justice League and that.
Right.
Marvel basically saying that they wanted a little bit of that flavor in their universe, and they're like, this definitely is steeped in continuity, and this book matters, and it really doesn't.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
So it's like, they're it's like they clearly knew that this book was just sort of going to stand out on its own, but they're like desperately trying to, like, this book matters,
You mean the creative team?
No, the
Marvel.
editor.
Okay,
yeah. I think, the only way I'm honestly just not surprised that they didn't slap like a Civil War, logo on the cover and, just beg people to buy it,
Yeah, what was the big crossover going on in 05? That was before Civil War.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Maybe House of M?
No, House of M was earlier than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it was Civil War in 05.
Really?
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Man. Well, what would you think? So you said, the story was just kind of light and fun, but, let's see, what was I was going to say about the story? Oh, it did remind me, like, the last time I read a Doctor Strange book, I think was the Marcus Martin Doctor Strange series, whatever that.
Yeah, that's not true.
What else did I read?
For Gutter Trash, you read Spider-Man Fever.
Oh, that was kind of a Doctor Strange book.
That was a Doctor Strange book.
Does it seem like Doctor Strange needs a better security system on the Sanctum Sanctorum?
Yeah.
I swear, every time I read a Doctor Strange story, it starts out with someone breaking in. Yeah. And it always seems fairly easy. It's not like, they have this big plan.
Well, I think the common factor there is, Wong is a shitty security guard.
Yeah. Well, he's too busy fawning over, folding Doctor Strange's, underwear. He's so excited about it. That was actually an awesome scene because there, there was a little bit of, like, Buddhist, theory in there just about, like,
right.
Finding the joy in the small things in life and, the big things equal the small things but it was Wong folding his laundry while,
right.
that was pretty good.
I did like some of the stuff at the beginning with, when Nightmare, possesses Wong.
Right.
He sort of calls, Doctor Strange out on some of his, shitty ways that he treats Wong.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the one thing I do like the most out of this entire story is that none of the characters are taken way too seriously, but at the same time they're not. Maybe Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, I think, they're still treated with some seriousness, but still allowed to poke fun at them.
Right.
And the other characters poke fun at them. But again, except Silver Surfer, who was just absolutely ridiculous.
The Silver Surfer stuff was great, where he's just like hanging out on the beach with a bunch of burnouts.
Yeah.
That was I actually like that stuff quite a bit. Yeah. There's I don't know. I mean, it's just such a light, like, funny, weird story.
Right. It gets a little dark.
Yeah.
Particularly when Dormammu takes over the universe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is kind of dark. There was a lot of, there was some really sweet, dark versions of superheroes from our universe. That was awesome.
That was super awesome. Spider-Man with his 8 arms. And
Daredevil with his eyes, like,
sewn shut.
poked out.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. But yeah, and speaking of something dark, I thought it was kind of weird and maybe kind of refreshing that there was no closure on, in the evil Dormammu world, they had Doctor Strange's girlfriend, like, tied up or something.
Yeah.
And you keep expecting them to save her and they just never do in that version of reality.
Right.
She just, gets, tortured and murdered.
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
That was pretty dark.
That was really dark.
Just never go back to her.
Yeah. I think, though, at the end, though, I mean, spoiler, the superheroes win.
What?
And that alternate universe basically just goes away, so.
Right.
Yeah. So, it's not like that actually ever happened.
But was what's her name? Clea or something?
Clea.
Clea?
Yeah.
Was she from the Dormammu-verse, or was she brought over?
I think she's from the Dormammu-verse.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's a little less dark.
Yeah. At least that, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. That's all I can say. I don't know. I will say this, that, again, I'm going to make another, reference to League Night here.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a couple episodes ago where, the Justice League cartoon had a version of, had the DC version of the Defenders.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was, Aquaman, Solomon Grundy, Dr. Fate, and, I think, Amazo was the, Silver Surfer stand-in.
Did he have a surfboard?
No, he's just, a completely, silver metal being who was sort of omniscient and all-powerful.
All right. Sounds familiar.
Yeah. But for some reason, I think the villain in that was sort of like a Dormammu stand-in. And I can tell you from that episode, I love to say Dormammu.
Yeah. It is fun.
Dormammu.
It is fun.
Dormammu.
We should dedicate this episode to Dormammu.
Dormammu.
Umar is pretty fun to say, too.
Umar's okay, but it's too much like Uma.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we both know an Uma.
Yeah.
I know Uma Thurman, and you know your dog.
Really? You're
Yeah.
pals with Uma Thurman?
Yep. I don't know your dog, though.
Huh.
Yeah.
No one knows her completely.
It's true.
She's a mystery.
Goo does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he plays with her.
Yeah.
Sleeps with her.
Right. Dormammu.
Dormammu.
I remember when this book was coming out originally, that there was some controversy.
Oh.
Yeah. There are scenes of Umar, Dormammu's sister, taking a bath and taking showers and fucking the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think she goes down on the Hulk at one point.
Yeah. She's constantly in those scenes wearing a very thin string bikini.
Right.
During those scenes, added after the fact,
Oh, really?
pre-publication.
Really?
Yep.
She was just nude?
Yep. Maguire drew her nude. Would draw, obviously things in strategic positions to cover it up.
Oh, okay.
But then Marvel still felt the need to go in and add a bikini to it.
Huh. Well, that's weird.
That stirred up some things on the old interwebs.
I'd never heard of it.
Yeah.
The interwebs.
Right,
I've never heard of it.
No. Don't go it. No, don't do it.
Don't go near it?
Don't go near it.
Oh.
Avoid it as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Alright.
That sounds scary.
So yeah.
So was it it wasn't late or anything, was it? It was on time and...
I don't remember because I didn't get them. It was about 4 or 5 years late for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of controversy. Must have had some legal hearings and whatnot. Huh, yeah, I never heard about that. So people actually complained or just
no, nobody complained.
Oh.
Just Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just, it's censorship.
It could have been a Marvel Max title. They should have put that on there.
Yeah, maybe.
Why not? It would have sold more.
Except there wasn't any actual nudity.
Yeah.
Would it have sold more?
Yeah, probably.
Do you guys sell a lot of Max stuff?
Well, not anymore. I mean, there's no Marvel Max anymore, is there?
Yeah, sure. There's Punisher Max, Deadpool Max.
Well, we saw a few copies of it.
I think those might be the only 2 Max books.
Well, that's weird because it seems like they got rid of the Max line, but added the word Max to the end of the titled books. So,
seems dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking the Hulk stuff, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But he deserves it.
Oh yeah.
Hulk deserves a BJ every once in a while.
Yeah. And led to some humorous situations after the fact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Banner was too relaxed to turn back
Hulk
into
out,
Hulk.
yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Yeah, we get to meet some alternate versions of heroes. I think we mentioned that, including the alternate version of Namor,
Yeah.
who's just a dude.
Yeah. He was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I liked how Maguire drew both versions and made them look the same, but at the same time different.
Right.
Like structurally they were the same, but at the same time, like, Namor, real Namor has, like, a high forehead and arched eyebrows and
Right.
pointy ears, and regular Namor had a regular hairline and normal eyebrows and
Right.
normal ears, but they still facially looked the same.
But you could, you could always tell which one was which.
Right.
Well, I mean, he's such a master of expressions.
Oh yeah.
Like he could just slightly change, like the tone of the character with having one name where, look a little more arrogant and the other one look a
Right.
little more.
He pulls that off amazingly.
He is insanely good at expressions.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe every once in a while, like, it is, like, every once in a while it's almost too much. Like, after
Right,
a couple
yeah.
pages where there's just so many, like, expressive, crazy faces, you almost feel like you're watching, like, a Jim Carrey movie there for a second.
Right, yeah.
But he is, I mean, like, if you wanted to find an artist that could convey an emotion, I mean, him and Charlie Adler, they're both the best at what they do. They could, conveying expressions and, sorry, I went back there. I went to my dark spot, and I said I never would again. I'm just jealous of Mr. Adler. Hats off to you, sir. But, yeah. Oh, we're playing the Quag game.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know why you brought it up, because now it makes it seem like you actually hate Kevin Maguire.
Oh no, I love Kevin Maguire.
It doesn't sound like it, because I know for a fact you hate Charlie Adler.
I was just being sarcastic, adding Adler into the mix.
Into the same thing you're talking about, it makes me think that that you don't that you're not a fan of the Kevin Maguire.
I love the Kevin Maguire.
I don't think you do now.
I just thought it was funny because of how polar opposite those two artists are to put them in the same category.
Alright.
But
You're
yeah.
also wrong about Charlie Adler, but I respect your opinion to hate him.
I don't hate the man, just not a fan of his artwork. I'm sure he's a fine man. I would take a road trip with him or share a beer with him.
Wanna invite him to Missouri or wherever it is you're going?
Yeah. If he's on that train, we will talk and have fun, but the minute he brings up Walking Dead, I'm walking to another train car. Would you say this was even a Defenders comic, or was it more like a Namor or Doctor Strange team-up comic?
It's pretty much more of that than anything else.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer, despite being on the cover, is not in the book really all that much.
I don't think he ever interacts with any other characters, does he? Yeah.
I think there is a flashback to Doctor Strange trying to recruit him. But other than that,
okay.
Yeah, there's nothing else. I think in 5 issues, I think he's on a total of 10 pages.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I used to be a big Silver Surfer fan.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 90s. Pre foil cover craziness.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like early, was that Ron Lim or Jim Starlin or who was doing it?
Ron Lim, I believe, was drawing it.
Yeah.
Back when I liked that guy.
Mm.
And then now I know different.
Yeah, because the guy himself, or
No, because he's not.
just no.
Yeah. Because I was stupid and I didn't know good art.
Oh, I don't know. You still read The Walking Dead? Okay, I'm done.
Damn it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Not amazing, but not bad. It was fun.
It's a fun, inconsequential little comic.
Mm-hmm.
Some awesome art. If you've ever complained about decompressed comics, then this is your remedy.
because there are like 12 panels per page.
Yeah, and they're pretty wordy.
Yeah.
I've complained before about too many words in comics because I like, I like the perfect balance where you can read it, but you can also enjoy the art, and it doesn't feel like you're reading a book that just has some spot illustrations.
Right.
Sometimes this was way wordy, but it never really got in the way.
Right.
Like I thought it, like there's, sometimes you'll turn the page and you'll see like 16 panels on a page,
Right.
and there's 3 dialogue balloons in each one, and you're like, holy crap, but it works.
Yeah. Yeah, there's enough flashy stuff going on to, I think, balance that out.
Right. And there's some great splash pages, like the one where Eternity is laying there dead. And, spoiler. And just and when the 2 Doctor Stranges, spoiler, are fighting against each other. I mean, like, there's some really good splash pages, like, that was very open and, it's pretty to look at.
Right. I don't know if you noticed this, but of course, no inker.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no inks.
Really?
Yep.
They just digitally colored it? Colored the pencils?
Yeah, they just darkened the pencils and colored it.
Huh.
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
Yeah.
Usually it has kind of a different look.
I'm gonna say that's how good Kevin Maguire is.
Wow.
And he can make it look like it's inks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he is tight and solid.
Damn, son. Wow, I have to flip back through it. Yeah, that's crazy. The color is really good in here, too.
See, I didn't like the color so much.
Really?
Yeah.
I really did.
I thought they were too much like watching someone who's really just sort of learning how to color via Photoshop.
Right.
And I know I have no room to say anything because I'm terrible, but there's just a lot of flares on the skin and
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
not a lot of depth in the coloring. Just a lot of gradients.
There is a ton of gradients, but I don't know. For some reason, I thought it really worked on this. I really liked the color. But yeah, there's a lot of like flares on the skin. That's kind of that's the only weird part, I think.
Yeah, it's just everything's too shiny looking.
Mm. You like a grittier Defenders?
I like a well-colored Defenders,
Yeah,
and I
okay.
get to see one. Because I don't read the Defenders. I guess,
It comes out this weekend.
yeah, I guess I should check that out. It's
Is it Dan Slott or
I think it's Matt Fraction.
Fraction?
Fraction and Terry Dodson. Or the Dodsons.
The Dodsons.
Yeah, I'll probably check that out and trade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Trade.
I'm sure it won't be as funny as this one.
Probably, well, I don't know. Matt Fraction's got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. His tweets are hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. We'll have to go, look at some tweets. I'll never do that.
No. Nor should you. Get away, Jason.
Yeah.
Just run while you can.
Run from the internet?
Yep.
I might just do that.
Do not get sucked into this. It will kill you. It is killing me.
It's a curse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for warning me.
I'm trying. I'm trying to save you.
If you can't save yourself,
Yep.
it's too late.
Yep. All right. I don't know what else to really say.
Yeah.
Just,
Good book.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
Like I said, give it to somebody who wants to read a different kind of superhero book.
Yeah.
Especially if they already like the Hulk and Doctor Strange and Namor and Silver
Right,
Surfer.
And, I think this would be, it's a good half-price book.
Yeah.
If you ever see it on sale, like the trade or whatever, for 50% off, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun chewing gum kind of read.
Yeah. And, you get a lot of oomph for a half-price book.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
find it. Yeah.
Some of those pages will take you an hour to read.
There you go. And if you're into that, Kevin Maguire draws sexy chicks.
Mm-hmm.
With fake bikinis.
He did the Batgirl thing we read a while back, right? Catwoman, Batgirl.
Yep.
Yeah. He's good. He knows his stuff.
No links on that one either.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah.
He's got a. What kind of pencil is that man
I
use?
don't know. I know that he is moving to digital though.
Really?
Yeah.
Wacom and all that kind of stuff.
I guess so.
Tablets.
Cintiq, probably. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a changing world, Jason.
And we're being left behind.
Yes, we
Just
are.
like Kirk Cameron.
Yep.
It's too bad.
Yep. Guess we're going to be stuck here with Kirk Cameron.
Wow, that is going to be bad.
I don't need him to try to tell me that evolution didn't happen.
Well,
Thumbs. All right. Let's take a break.
yes, sir.
All right.
Once in a while, you've been better listening to the fools for a change. I can see it in your eyes. It's the ones not like you despise. I'm no different than you. It's just that I do whatever I want to. That's what sets us apart. I was free from the start. Now you're leaving. Tell me whose heart is bleeding. So once in a while, you've been better listening to the fools for a change. What comes around follows, and the truth becomes harder to swallow. And so bang, bang, they shoot you down. No one says a word as your body hits the ground. Oh, pick her up and put her down. The crowd screams aloud, she's not breathing. And the only hand that reaches is the one all alone. You've been cheating, my friend. Tell me whose heart is bleeding again. So once in a while, you'll be better listening to the fools for a change. Oh, once in a while, you'll be better listening to the fools.
Ladies and gentlemen, gutter trash.
I feel like a band should start playing. We just listened to something.
Oh, what did we just listen
I
to?
don't know.
Okay.
To be determined.
Nice.
Because Pearl Jam just left.
Pearl Jam?
Yeah, they called out. They bailed.
Really?
They were scheduled to be our musical guest.
Oh,
and,
that's too bad.
Last minute, they bailed.
Ah,
Eddie. Fucking Eddie Vedder. What a dick.
I didn't know they were still around.
Oh,
Wow, that's impressive.
yeah.
20 years or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Wow.
They just released 20. Like the remastered version of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they call it 10, do you know?
I don't know. Actually, like 2 weeks ago, I heard why, but I completely
Right.
left my head because I never liked Pearl Jam.
They were one of those bands that I totally would listen to anytime they're on the radio, but I would totally never want to listen to them.
Right,
you know?
right. I guess there's a documentary out now about them. Cameron Crowe directed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Huh.
no interest in seeing that.
Yeah.
It's Pearl Jam.
Yeah. More power to them. Do your thing, Pearl Jam. Just,
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah. It's pretty much the way I feel.
Especially since you ditched out on us on the show.
Damn right. You left our host, Emma Stone, waiting to introduce you.
Did this happen? I don't know what we're talking about.
No,
Okay.
the way you introed the show sounded like, ladies and gentlemen, Gut Trash,
Oh.
as if we were the band playing on SNL.
Wow. Wow, we should start a band and play on SNL.
Yeah. Ned the Bull?
Yeah? You
Yeah.
think we ought to get on SNL?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be hip enough. We're no
come on.
Coldplay.
I'm sure they've had metal bands on there, right?
I don't believe so.
Metallica?
Not when I would call Metallica a metal band. Maybe when I would call them a rock band. Yeah. Because they totally are a rock band now. They're not a metal band anymore. They should call themselves Rockalica or something. Rock.
But metal's in the name.
Exactly. That's why it's misleading.
St. Anger was a metal album.
Was it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Death Magnetic was kind of a metal album, just not a good one.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I would say the Black Album wasn't even a metal album. I'd say that was a rock album.
Oh, yeah, that's a rock album. And, so was Load and Reload. And guess what? I like all of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you like the rock.
I do like the rock. And I like when bands who have a certain sound and have things figured out decide to try different things. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stretching their wings.
Yeah. Yeah.
What some people call stretching the wings, others might call selling out. Let's go.
You know, that's fine, that's fine. They experimented, they tried different things. As far as I'm concerned, that's not selling out. That's them doing whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they earned it. They can
They
do whatever
did.
they want.
And then they ruined it all with Death Magnetic. Because that is just an album of, hey, remember that one riff? That sounded good.
Yeah, I kind of liked parts of it a lot, but I think it was just because it just sounded like they were ripping themselves off.
Right.
Like, from an era that I really liked.
Right. And, St. Anger gets a lot of crap, but I think that's an excellent album, and it was them, again, trying something different, and also super heavy and super hard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Death Magnetic is just like, hey, remember when we did this? Let's do that again.
Maybe that'll sell some albums.
Yeah. And it did. And then Lulu happened.
Lulu?
Yeah.
What's a Lulu? Like Friends of Lulu?
No. The new Metallica album that just came out.
Oh, that's right. I think part of my brain actually escaped when I heard it. It was like, we gotta get out of here. So I like sort of forgot that I heard it. Yeah, the Lou Reed Metallica experiment. Yeah.
It's
Is it really called Lulu?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's best forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have never listened to any more than the 1.5 tracks you and I listened to together.
Wow.
That is how awful those are. You know?
It
And
was
maybe,
so bad.
there's like 7 more tracks, after that. Maybe it gets exponentially better.
Oh, like they...
Right, like, they put the crap up front,
Yeah.
and then the rest of it is just awesome. But I'm guessing it's not.
Or maybe like it's some sort of meta thing where the first 2 songs are supposed to be really bad, and
Right.
and like the rest of it's like them commenting on the first 2 songs.
Right.
No, probably not.
Yeah, it's probably all terrible. Because I haven't heard otherwise.
Yeah, that was some kind of
That was
awful.
ear
They
poison.
should have just called that some kind of awful. That's what they should call it.
Yeah, they should have. It was a blood shart of an abomination abortion.
Oh, those are all terrible words, but not
Apt.
not too far from the mark.
Yeah. Oh, blood shart.
I saw them open for Flipper once.
And they were better than the Lou Reed Metallica.
Oh yeah, Heck yeah, they were. And that wasn't even their regular bass player. He had to learn all his songs in the Winnebago on the way over. Bloodshart doesn't have a tour bus; they just have a Winnebago.
Right, yeah,
it's the bass player's mom's.
Hey, it's better than a van.
That's true.
Right,
Yeah, you can see out of it.
Yeah.
No one, you've never heard the word I'd drive a rape Winnebago.
Right. No,
Because, yeah,
that doesn't exist.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not creepy like a van. It's fun. Just ask Blood Shark. So speaking of blood sharks, how was your weekend?
My weekend was not great.
Not great.
Not great.
That
A
sucks.
lot of things happened.
Yeah?
I will, we both, came away with some stories for the weekend, from the weekend.
Possibly.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell mine first, not because I'm pushy, but because, I'm pretty sure that, you probably have more positivity in your stories.
Uh-oh. You went in on a high note?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And not to say that it was like super shitty, because it wasn't. And honestly, like the lesson to be gleaned from anything I'm about to say is that if it weren't for the fact that I know some pretty awesome people, my weekend would have been absolutely fucking miserable.
Aw.
But because of those people were around me and in my life this weekend and just being awesome, that I came away with it, not feeling like I should. Because if those people weren't around, I'm pretty sure that I would have made the decision on Sunday that I would just never leave my house again.
Well, see, this sounds like a positive thing.
Yeah.
You're appreciating,
Yeah.
others and whatnot.
Yeah, but like seriously, like I would have seriously come to the decision that I was just going to quit my job and just never leave again. Just
Wait it out.
just wait it out. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's bad.
And not even have people come over to visit me. I would just hermit myself immediately.
Oh, man. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, but I have good friends, and so that made up for it. And so I will continue to timidly leave my house on occasion.
Yeah. I believe you, because
Yeah.
we made it out tonight for a Subway sandwich.
yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, we already mentioned one of those things was going to the bar. Was kind of an awful experience. But you and Kathleen were there to sort of even me out.
Temper it
on
a little, yeah.
that. Yeah. And help that you didn't get super drunk because I wasn't drinking at all. So I think you had like 2 beers maybe.
Yeah.
So that helped because I think if I would have been the only one not drinking, then probably would have been more miserable. In addition to just
Oh, yeah, it's never fun.
yeah.
Just like everybody around you just freaking out and drinking and passing out, and
Yeah.
you're stone cold sober.
Yeah, in addition to, there's the shittiest selection of music that was being played at the loudest possible volume.
Oh my gosh, what was wrong with that guy?
I don't know. And, cause he came over and talked to Kathleen at one point, and, like, the way he moved and kind of talked, he reminded me of, the retarded white rapper from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah.
And, it was hilarious.
He seemed really nice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
I
he
mean,
was.
He seemed alright, but, yeah, he was like, he wanted to play everything on volume 15, and like,
Right.
he never
It
let
was all
anybody sing.
Nickelback and-
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah. So, so that was not great, but like I said, if you and Kathleen hadn't been there, it would have been worse.
Right.
But then, Saturday, I decided to, take a little trip down south to, the Cincinnati's.
Take your little trip.
Yep. And, me and my friend Amanda, we drove down to Cincinnati Saturday morning to go to Horror Hound Weekend.
Sweet.
Down at, the Crown Plaza in, Sharonville, Ohio. Which is actually, not that far from where I work.
Right.
Yeah.
You went, is your exit Sharonville where you work?
Just, like, the exit before is where I usually get off.
I got you.
But, like, I could also get to work by taking the Sharonville exit too.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's pretty much just like 10 minutes across the highway was, my office. Yeah. But yeah, the horror convention, Horror Hound Weekend.
Spooky. Scary.
No. Just, convention in bright daylight.
It's misleading.
Yeah. Full of horror luminaries like Margot Kidder. And,
Was she there?
Yeah, she was there.
Wow.
Yeah. And, Anthony Michael Hall.
Ooh, spooky.
Although I didn't actually see him.
What? Why was Margot Kidder at a horror convention?
I don't know. Maybe she was there with the guy from Clerks and Clerks 2.
Oh. Okay, well, yeah. If she's hanging out with other horror movie stars. That's weird.
Yeah, not great. Not great at
Oh,
all.
that sucks.
We got there, and there was a line kind of wrapped in front of the hotel,
Right.
that moved very slowly. And, like, one of the staff came out and, like, started asking if anybody had, the exact change to buy tickets. So I knew at that moment that, I was gonna lose out on my $4, that I should have gotten back in change from purchasing 2 tickets.
Oh.
His tickets were $18 each, and I had $40. So,
Oh.
yeah.
So you just said, yeah, I've got exact change, there's $40.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. But the line was incredibly long, moved very slowly. We finally got in and, paid and got our wristband things. And the fucking place was packed. Just like, you could not move. You literally could not move. And there was a line from the line. like once you paid, you then stood in a line to try to get into, any of the rooms. There were 2 rooms. Technically there were 4 rooms. But you walk in and, the first room is there. It took us about 5 minutes just to get into that, which was 10 feet away from where we had just purchased the tickets.
Right.
We squeezed our way in, and it was just fucking asshole to armpit, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the same place they always have it?
I guess. This is the first time I've ever been in there.
Oh, okay.
According to our friend Matt Brassfield, it was the same place they had it last year. But apparently last year they did not have as many people there.
Yeah, okay.
This year was fucking insane, apparently, though.
Well, Margot Kidder probably wasn't there
yeah,
last year.
Yeah. Could not move. Amanda and I would, basically we held hands through the entire time and just would, pull each other through the crowd, depending on which way we were going.
Wow.
Just so that we would not lose each other, and that we could keep up some sort of momentum of moving anywhere. So we're in this first room. It's the small room. And, that name is not ironic. It was a tiny fucking room. The space between, tables, from across the aisle, was, maybe about as wide as a car. With 600 people all trying to cram through it.
Ugh, that's horrible.
Yeah. We found, though, fairly early on, he was there in the small room, our good friend Kurt Dins.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Dins.
Hello, Kurt.
See,
Yeah.
I have to call him Mr. because I didn't hang out with him all weekend.
Right. Well, neither did I, but I hung out with him for a couple hours.
Yeah, okay.
He had a couple extra chairs, so me and Amanda sort of made that our home base, and, hung out and talked to him for a while.
Sweet.
I think we talked to him for about an hour and a half, just sort of sitting there, helping him, shill his sketch cards and his, 1 years in Indiana's and OK Panic sketchbooks.
Nice. Was his sketch cards all horror related?
Oh
Or-
yeah. Like monsters and, yeah.
He does draw a mean monster.
Yeah. He was doing a commission for, someone who wanted Godzilla, but specifically the 1985 Godzilla.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. Cause he has longer teeth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
These are things we learned.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we hung out with him for a while. We took some pictures of some people who walk past in costumes.
Right.
One guy in like a super awesome Pumpkin Man costume. Just had like a bunch of pumpkins hanging off of him, with this wicked looking pumpkin head mask, and it was really great.
Well, that's cool.
Like a soldier from the Umbrella Corporation, Resident Evil. There was like zombies and stuff walking around, and there was some chick like half naked wearing giant demon wings, and a bunch of Jasons and Freddys.
Yeah.
There was a Freddy in a tux.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But yeah, that room just had, just mostly vendors, but Margot Kidder was in that room, charging $25 for an autograph. Doug Jones, the guy who played Ape Sapien, he was not in that room, but he was supposed to be in that room.
Oh, he just wasn't there at all?
Yeah.
I guess he Pearl Jammed out on you. He Pearl Jammed on you.
I guess he showed up around 3 o'clock or so. Kane Hodder was there in that room.
Jason. Or Leatherface. Or what?
Yeah.
Jason both?
What?
Just Jason?
He was Jason, and he was, why can't I remember the name right now?
Wasn't he in a Rob Zombie movie or something? Or?
He probably was, but, he had to be, right?
Seems like it. Yeah.
He was Victor Crowley as well, from Hatchet.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
And the killer from High Tension was also in that room. Or the supposed killer.
Right.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
But yeah, that room had, some DVD vendors and, art guys and clothing and stuff like that, but, it was so hard to get through.
Right. That sucks.
Yeah.
Too many people.
Yep. So eventually, like Amanda and I were sitting there, and we noticed that the crowd kind of thinned out a little bit, and like it looked like people were actually making it through the aisles a little quick.
Right.
So we were like, well, let's go look around. And we stood up, and as soon as we got out into the aisle, it just filled the fuck back up again.
Just like a lull.
Yeah. And like I tried going to the bathroom, and like we eventually found it, and like I walk to it, and it was fine. I go in there, and like there's a dude in there washing his hands, and I take a leak. I leave the bathroom, and as soon as I open the door, there's a guy who's like twice my width, trying to cram his way through the hallway to get to the men's room, while a hotel staffer is emptying the trash can in that hallway, and there's like 30 women lined out of the women's restroom. And like and the door to the women's restroom is open, and I can see Amanda standing in there waiting.
Just waiting in line.
Yeah. Wow. So then I had to go find some place to stand and be out of the way of people to wait for her. Not possible.
Yeah.
I was constantly in the way of something.
That does sound awful.
Yeah. We got out, she got out, we decided to check out the big room.
Sounds like it'd be more spacious.
You would think.
Yeah.
We head down this hall, which is also a struggle to get through. We see a guy sitting at a table. He's an artist. And he does like this nice, slick, cheesecakey type artwork.
Oh, cool.
And, really good stuff. We looked at it and thought about buying some stuff, 'cause it was really good. He was tabled right outside the tattoo room.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a tattoo room.
Yes. So we decided to check out the big room before heading back to that guy, buying some stuff on the way out. Head to the big room. On the way there is the Walking Dead room, where like 4 or 5 members of the Walking Dead cast were hanging out.
Like major stars?
Like Michael Rooker was there. The guy who plays Shane. And I think like 3 or 4 others.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Across the way from that was the Ghostbusters suite with the cast of Ghostbusters, which mostly just means Ernie Hudson and the guy who played the EPA dick.
Oh, wow. The guy didn't know the magic word.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So we find the big room finally, and there are multiple exits to the big room. All of them have lines outside of them with little signs saying "Line for Doug Bradley," "Line for Tom Towles," "Line for Sid Haig," "Line for Brian O'Halloran," the guy from Clerks. And so there they go. Alright. So we just sort of walk in. And it's a much bigger room. Still can't make our way through a fucking aisle.
Oh, man.
Fucking crammed. Could not walk past through anything.
Wow.
We tried. We did our best. We went through a couple aisles. And there was like a small like t-shirt vendor thing that Amanda wanted to look at. Which was basically, it was the size of a closet, just set up at the end of one of the aisles, that you had to actually like walk into to look at stuff.
Right.
But like 6 people were all trying to look in, yeah.
It's like 7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah. And so I was like, I don't want any part of this. And luckily though, Tom Savini had decided to split for the day and closed his table. So nobody was standing in front of his table, so I stood there for a while Amanda was trapped in the t-shirt closet.
Wow.
So then we decided to head back over to Kurt's table, and right as this is happening, they announced that the Walking Dead panel is about to start. So we start making our way down towards the small room again, but there are 1,000 people lined in the hallways to try to get into the Walking Dead panel. And the artist that we were going to try to swing by again, couldn't see him because he was probably smothered to death by people.
Oh, man.
And at one point it's fucking crammed. People can't move. There has to be, it's frustrating, but and I am the last person who should be saying this, but you have to have a little patience. And there was a woman behind me. Why is we stopped? And then she just proceeds to push people out of the way to try to cram her fat fucking ass through.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so I
horrible.
yelled and called her a cunt.
Oh, man. Sounds like an awful experience.
Yes, it was. It was absolutely awful. We made our way back to the table, hung out with Kurt. I guess his brother-in-law was coming to hang out, so we decided to let the brother-in-law have the free chairs, and we just bailed. Amanda bought a couple shirts. I bought the movie Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Told Kurt it was awesome hanging out with him, and honestly, if Kurt had not been there, I would have been fucking miserable and just pissed at the whole thing.
Right.
But because, we were able to hang out with him and talk with him and have a place to hang out.
Escape from the madness.
Yeah, it was Kurt made it awesome.
Do you think it was just busy during a certain time, or is it just for some reason it was just tons of people that weren't there last year coming?
I have no idea.
Wow, that was the most awkward sentence I've ever said.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it just baffles me. It seems like if that's where they always have it, they would know,
Right.
what to expect.
Right. I don't know. Maybe just this year just got exponentially more popular.
I guess
don't know.
Walking Dead's probably helped a lot.
Probably, yeah. But they always have, fairly big name, celebrities there.
Margot Kidder and what.
Right, yeah. But, I don't know. But it was fucking insane. It was just a mess.
It's horrible.
I hope that someone is seriously saying, let's find a bigger venue next year.
Yeah. You would hope so. Because, that's no fun. That's going to scare people away.
Yeah. If if it was a place where you could move around freely without having to fuck someone in the ass just to, get to a table,
Right.
then, I probably would have had a better time.
Right.
But like I said, the fact that Kurt was there just sort of, raised the awesome level, and then, him letting us hang out and everything, turned a miserable time to somewhat enjoyable.
Well, see, that's cool.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. And, and then after that we left, since we were in Cincinnati, I wanted to go to Queen City Comics, since I never get the opportunity to go there on my own.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it's a fine store, but we were there about 5 minutes when I realized that, oh yeah, this is why I don't come here. Because they have an employee who is basically what you expect from a shitty comic shop employee. Constantly bitching the entire time we were there about Joe Quesada, about Marvel, about digital comics ruining all comics. Dan DiDio ruining DC Comics, DC Comics, the New 52 being awful. All of it, it's just the worst.
I actually tried to go there before, and it was closed, because there's a record store right across the street that I was
Right.
at, and Everybody's, I think it's called.
I don't think Everybody's is there.
Is it not?
No, I don't think that's it.
Well, there's some record store there.
All right.
And I went over there to Queen City, and it was closed, so I never actually got to go in.
Well, there's one guy there who is awful. He's the worst comic shop employee ever.
Wow, that says
And
something.
I have met Fatty McChatchat
Yeah.
and Jerry.
He's a magic shop employee. He doesn't even know that we sell comics. True story. Oh.
Yeah, and then after that, just came home and watched a shitty movie on TV. Caged Fury, Eric Estrada, check it out.
Is that your next pick?
I wish. If I hadn't already seen it, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, that was my weekend. Yeah.
Did you, so you didn't, meet any, horror celebrities and get any photos?
I didn't want to pay $30 to have my
Right.
picture taken with someone. Your girlfriend tried to, she wanted me to try to see if I could sneak a picture of Doug Bradley, the guy who played Pinhead.
Right.
I did not get the opportunity. There was one sort of opportunity where I probably could have snuck a picture, but I also didn't feel like getting tackled by security or whatever.
Are you not allowed to shoot photos of them?
Yeah.
Even from just a distance or anything?
I don't know. I didn't see anybody else doing it. The only people I saw taking pictures of other things were people in costume.
The official,
Yeah.
right? Oh, okay. Right. Or the official handlers.
Or
probably.
the official people, yeah. I would definitely go back if I knew that the venue was going to be in a larger place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah. And also, Matt Brassfield's a dick. Matt told me that he was going to this thing, and he also had other plans for the evening in Columbus, actually.
Right.
So it's like, wow, you're going to go to Cincinnati and Columbus in the same day? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to be at Horror Hound, so, I'll see you there. He's like, cool. He was like, I'll text you when we get there. I'm like, he's like, okay, we're going to be there early. I'm like, okay, well, what time are you planning on leaving? He's like, well, how long do you think it would take to get to Columbus from there? We have to be there around 6. It's like, with traffic, you're probably looking maybe 2.5, 3 hours maybe. He's like, yeah, we'll probably stay there until 2 or 3. And then I got there at 12:30. I text him, nothing. Text him again half an hour later, nothing. Finally around 2:15, I feel my phone vibrate and I pick it up and I get a text from Brassfield. Because the last thing that I sent him is, where you at?
Yeah.
And he's like, Columbus with shitty phone service. So he was already in Columbus by 2 o'clock. Apparently, he went there to Cincinnati at 10, spent half an hour there, and then went to fucking Columbus.
Huh. That's surprising.
I was going to introduce him to Kurt.
Right.
Because Kurt did a drawing for the
Oh,
New Shock
yeah,
Theater.
that's right. And then they met each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that would have been cool.
Yeah. I was going to make a love connection.
Oh.
But no.
Instead, you made a dark, moist talent. I don't know. What?
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah. He did say, I talked to him today and he said, that he didn't enjoy the horror thing nearly as much as the beard thing, probably because of the crowd. Like,
Apparently, even that early, the crowds were bad.
yeah. Sorry guys, we're doing some pretty killer bong hits right now. This is good shit.
Okay,
man. This is good shit. I bought this on a Greyhound bus 2 years ago, and it's still this potent.
Alright. So, that was my weekend, pretty much.
No.
What you do?
I got all cultured and shit. Saturday.
Did you?
Yeah. What? Don't I seem like so much more dapper and deluxe?
No.
No. Well, I washed it all off.
From what I know you were supposed to do, you shouldn't have gotten any culture.
Maybe the people who worship their own face hair. Maybe they sucked.
Beer perverts.
Beer perverts. Maybe they sucked the culture right out of me because I went to COSI for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
The Columbus Science, whatever it's called.
Columbus, Ohio Science Institute.
That makes sense. That even fits the acronym.
Yeah.
But we got up there, cause the beard perverts happened at 6:00 at COSI and I assumed that COSI closed at 6, but I guess it closed at 5.
Okay.
And we got there at like 3:30, so we only had like an hour and a half at COSI. Right. So I didn't get to see as much as I would have liked, but what I did see was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay, here's maybe where we're having our differences.
Oh?
I don't consider that culture. It's education.
Oh.
It's learning. That's science.
Science is culture.
Science is not culture.
Yeah.
Going to the opera is culture. Going to an art museum is culture.
Yeah.
You learned science. And that is knowledge, and knowledge is power.
Ooh. Wow. Thank you, Captain O.G. Reedmore. Well, then,
you got some science.
I got some science in me. Yeah, and it was fun. It was just a neat little place. I mean, it seemed like, I honestly think
it's huge.
There's just the one room, right? The gift shop? That's all I saw.
There's a little more to that.
What?
There's also a reception area.
Oh, okay. I saw the bathroom.
To eat your snacks.
Yeah.
From the gift shop.
Well, yeah, no, that makes sense, because I saw a bunch of people eating snacks. So. No, but, I thought it was cool. I honestly think I would have liked it a lot more if I would have been in the, 10 to 15-year-old range. Like, there was just a lot more stuff for kids, it seemed like, as far as what I saw. But there were some things I really, really liked about it, too. So, I'd like to go back sometime when I've got, 4 hours to take it all. Field trip?
Field trip!
Yeah!
I would love to go back to COSI.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Right.
Alright, what are you doing tonight?
Nothing.
Let's go!
Alright.
Thanks for watching.
Listening,
yes.
You obviously didn't learn a lot about science.
Well, they haven't got up to the podcast yet. Actually, a lot of this stuff was, Kathleen said, just transported from their old location.
Right.
And, there was a lot of, there was this one room that kind of, science actually pissed me off for a second.
Oh.
There was a room that...
Don't you dare say a bad thing about science.
Science is a pretty good person, most times, but if you catch them on an off day, they're a real motherfucker. But there was a room that had a bunch of video screens and giant, old tube TVs with VCRs, playing videos for you. And there was one in there, Kathleen just pushed a button and it started playing, and it was about this lady who, her husband passed away unexpectedly, and she had, they'd always wanted to have kids, but, they'd never, had kids. And so she was like, oh, this sucks, she just died, and her, sister was like, I just read this article about how they can, extract semen from a corpse and inject it into you, and, there's a chance she could get pregnant. And she was like, okay, let's try that. And so they called, they made the necessary calls, and, pretty soon they were sucking the semen out of his dead body and sticking it up her vajayjay, and she got pregnant. And I was like, this is why I don't like science sometimes. And I got kind of sickened, and I walked out of the room. Because that seemed to fall under the more of the blanket of, this, why not do this? Because we can. Instead of like, should we though?
Right.
Well,
why not?
It seems really stupid and fucked up to me.
It's not like they're just robbing graves.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, first of all,
They were married.
he was a corpse at this point,
Still.
and he had no idea this was going to happen,
Right.
and there's no dad.
Well, who does he care? Why does he care that that's going to happen? He's dead.
Why doesn't she wait a while, fall in love with some other guy, because, that'll happen.
Time is ticking away. Her biological clock was running out.
She was like 30.
Running out.
Oh. So yeah, I get pissed off at science, but we made up, and, had a good time.
That's good.
Yeah, Kathleen enjoyed it. We saw Einstein stuff and like giant skeletons and like hot air balloons and glass elevators. It was
Hot
cool.
air balloons and glass elevators. That falls into the realm of
Culture.
Sure, we can do this, but should
Yeah. Actually, a glass elevator is the only thing that makes me ever want to ride an elevator. Like,
Really?
I get fucking crazy scared of elevators, but glass elevators doesn't bother me at all.
See, those bother me more than regular elevators.
That's what Kathleen said.
Because I don't want to look up. I don't want to see how far or high I'm going.
I don't mind that at all. I
do not want to know.
just get super claustrophobic.
I don't get claustrophobic.
Oh man, I do.
You would have fucking had a major panic attack if you got that far down.
I know. Well, the beard thing, like at COSI, it was crazy crowded too. Like, It was all assholes and elbows. Mostly the former.
Beard perverts.
No, it was for a good cause. The beard.
Oh, sure, it's a good cause, but it doesn't,
Make them any less perverted.
people.
Yeah. They're trying to balance out their perversive side, perverse side.
How many times did your beard get licked?
Just the 7. Yeah, that was it. Just the 7. And only, 2 of those were by Kathleen, so yeah, it was just the 5, really. By strangers, I mean.
Of course I meant by strangers.
Yeah. I saw some neat stuff there. Nothing, I freaked out because, I thought I lost $70 at the beard convention, because I could have sworn I had, okay, we get paid in cash at Mavericks because, we're from
You're skirting the law.
yeah, skirting the law. It's all illegal. Don't worry. I don't even exist according to the government. And I thought I took $170, which was like a portion of my pay.
Right.
But in all
As
reality,
is any money you would have.
yeah. Well, but it's not a full expense.
Right.
That's what I was trying to get. It's not that bad there. It's pretty bad. I was supposed to take $173 for just the 50 hours. No, but yeah, apparently I only took $100, but I didn't find that out until today.
Yeah.
And I seriously thought I lost $70, so I didn't buy anything there because I all of a sudden was $70 poorer, and with nothing to show for it.
Well, it did cost you $65 to get into COSI.
It did. Actually, if you go in the last 2 hours, it's only $8 a person.
Oh, wow.
Which is like, I think half price or something. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. It was only, I sprung for me and the lady, so it was like $16 for the pair of us.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was actually more expensive to get into the beard convention than it was to COSI for me. But yeah, I saw a couple things I wanted to buy, but some artwork and some they had a beard themed episode of Baron von Portschappen.
Right,
I was gonna buy that because it looked funny, but I didn't buy a single thing because I thought I lost all my money.
Right.
And we actually only hung out there about an hour, because it was so crowded, and then neither one of us had any cash.
Right.
And so we were like, yeah, let's just go. So we went back home and watched SNL and fell asleep. But the next day, we went and saw the Dayton Philharmonic Orchestra.
See, now there's your culture.
There's my culture. Yeah. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
The first concert I ever saw was the Dayton Philharmonic Orchestra when I was a little
I
kid.
thought it was Queensryche.
Oh, well, Freddie Mercury of Queensryche did sing in the Philharmonic Orchestra's encore. So. But I hadn't seen them since I was like 7 or 8 years old or whatever.
Right.
So it was really cool to see it again. And I'm sure it's like all different, players or whatever, but
Yeah, probably.
But it was really cool though. It was really cool. I'd love to see it again, sometime like next year or something.
Field trip.
It's technically not a field trip since it's like 10 minutes down the road.
No, it's technically a field trip.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So was Subway tonight a field trip?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Sweet. I didn't realize we take so many field trips here at the Gutter Trash office.
Yeah, I once, one of my elementary school classes once took a field trip to the Casanos that was 3 blocks away.
Really?
Yeah.
Like for an all-day thing or just for
Yeah,
lunch?
just for lunch.
Yeah. Is that really a field trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to walk, but,
Alright. Did you have a buddy? You had to have a buddy, right?
I probably didn't have a buddy. 'Cause,
Really?
even back then, nobody liked me.
Aw.
But I did pass my house and thought about just going home.
Yeah. Well, you wait until you get your pizza, then you
Yeah,
just go.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but so that was really fun. Yeah. And I didn't have to work for 2 days straight, which that never happens.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that was awesome.
That's cool. That's cool. So you didn't buy, you didn't purchase a giant piece of art of Thor's dad, did you?
No, that's one of the things I was gonna buy a raffle ticket, see if I could get it, because they were raffling all the artwork.
That sounds like bullshit to me. Because thought it was supposed to be auctioned. Highest bidder, not just a $2 raffle ticket.
Well, the cool thing was though, the more people that wanted your specific item, the more raffle tickets went towards that. So I think they probably raised a lot more money than, it wasn't just like one guy bought a raffle ticket and picked it or something. It's like they get to write down what they wanted. And, yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea who got yours or mine. I just know I didn't get either one of them.
I think I'm pretty sure I'm never drawing anything for anyone ever again without seeing some sort of compensation.
But you promised you'd draw a VeggieDog Saturn story, right?
I demand some sort of compensation.
All right, I'll take you a field trip to Dots Market across the river.
All right. Can I buy anything I want?
Anything under $1.
Okay.
Yeah. Which might be like
Bag of M&M's, here I come.
as long as it doesn't have nuts in them. Sometimes those are like $1.10.
Okay, fine. What about the coconut ones?
Okay, but
Okay.
you might have to give me a couple of them. Though. I love coconut.
That's weird. Not a lot of people do.
Oh, I love it. I love some
Me
coconut.
too.
You put a lime in that coconut, it makes it really good.
Mix it all up.
Yeah. We're so stupid.
Here we are.
And we're not high. We weren't actually smoking a bong.
No, I was just joking.
Yeah. He was joking on our awfulness. Because it's palpable.
Yeah.
You can chew on it. It's like walking into a cave, and then there's like, the air's a little chewy.
So, that it? You do anything else?
No, but this is funny. We get to the Dayton Philharmonic, and it's an awesome building. It's the Dayton Masonic Center,
Right.
and it's really cool. It's just really old looking. And I saw like my high school science teacher was walking around there, and he's awesome. He used to make these horrible puns, and
Right.
He was-
Is that where you learned it from?
no, oh my god, no. That's just why I liked him. Like I remember one of them, whenever it was cold, and he was always like straight faced.
Yeah.
He was always like, it's he's like, well, kids, it's cold outside, so make sure you remember to put your coat on before you leave. Like a coat on is a science term of some sort. But he's just great. Anyway, the reason he never laughed at his own bad puns,
Right.
which was even better. But yeah, so I saw him. I didn't get to say hi to him because he was like down the hall and I recognized him. But, when we get to our seat,
He doesn't know who you are.
he has no idea. No, I'm sure. I was never there.
Which
Um,
is why you missed out on the field trip to COSI.
exactly. Yeah, he probably took us there. I felt like I would have been like, hey, went to the COSI yesterday for the first time in my life. He's like, I took our class there twice a year. But so we got our seats at the Masonic Center, and then like before the concert, they do. Oh, sorry. For some reason, they do the Star Spangled Banner, whatever that's called, the national anthem,
Yeah.
and so we stand up. They say stand up,
Right.
and like on my right is Kathleen, and on her right is a dude, and on that dude's right is his lady.
Right.
And when they start doing the Star Spangled Banner, that lady starts like belting out the Star Spangled Banner as if like she is at the World Series and it's just her and a microphone. And, and like everybody's singing, but she is singing,
Going for it.
And like she even does that thing that like that sort of peacock, like, kind of thing, like all the words are,
Warbled.
they sound like a saw, like a saw blade being twisted. And I swear, like Kathleen like elbows me, like as soon as the lady starts. And like I just start laughing and smiling. I can't sing. I'm not cracking up, but
Right.
I'm not singing the song. I'm just smiling and staring into outer space. And whenever they hit the Rockets regular part, she like blows the roof off the motherfucker. It was crazy. And after the show, I told Kathleen, I said, do you think the only reason she came was to do the Star Spangled Banner? Like that's the whole reason that she got out of the house today, and we pretty much agreed
I think
that
it was.
yeah, it was incredible.
Wow.
I mean, not that it was bad, but it just seemed like, tone it
Over the
down.
top.
Yeah. Like, tone it down, lady.
Right. No one's here to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then, they had free ice cream, which, that's always cool.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah. I'm glad you had a good weekend.
Yeah.
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 I was,
I'd still turn it all in a second to have a couple hours with my buddy Kurt Dins.
yeah. Well, maybe next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was just kind of a miserable weekend for me, and then I was left alone at like 8 o'clock on Saturday night and had nothing to do.
Aww.
Just felt really restless and listless.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Oh well.
Did you usually draw with somebody on Saturday nights or something?
Usually.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
But you didn't do that this
They got
time.
bailed, just like Pearl Jam.
Really? Was
Yeah.
it Eddie Vedder that usually draws with you?
Yeah. It was Stone Goss.
That's amazing that you know someone else's name from that band. I didn't know that there were any other names. I only know two of them. I know, Eddie Vedder, douche with that hat, and then three other dudes. Those are the only two names I knew out of that band. Well, maybe this Saturday you'll get to have a fun
maybe.
weekend.
Before I'm abandoned for another Saturday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Bummer.
Oh, at least that one's a holiday weekend. I'm sure I can find something to do.
Yeah.
No, can't. I have no friends.
Aw. Go to Kurt Dins' house. I'm hereby taking this moment to invite you for Thanksgiving to Kurt Dins' house. Where his family will cook for you.
And he will totally understand when I show up at his house.
Oh, yeah. He listens.
And
He'll
then,
know.
Totally understand in December when he finally listens to this episode. Why that I was there for Thanksgiving.
He doesn't listen right away. Oh, okay.
Why would you?
Yeah. And clearly, if he did, no one makes it this far into the show. We've determined that.
Yeah.
This is where the nuggets hide, people.
Yeah,
You gotta,
this is the goal.
you gotta
here.
sift down. We save the good for the end for the loyal listener.
Yep.
We intentionally make the first 3 hours of every episode really boring.
What do you say we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, I gotta
Unless
go.
you got anything else to add?
No, I gotta go walk my dog. She hasn't been walked tonight.
Yeah.
She probably got to sneak out back when it stopped raining, but
Right. I gotta go to bed because I'm tuckered out.
you're a work man.
Yeah.
I gotta be at work at 8 p.m. tomorrow, so I gotta get to bed early.
I'm gonna get to work at 7 a.m.
Ooh,
tomorrow.
that's a little bit
I'm
early.
this week.
Ooh. That sucks.
Yeah. So before we wrap it up, I do want to mention one thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little gutter trash baby over the weekend.
Oh.
There's a new podcast in the Gutter Trash Network. Because I think we can officially call it a network now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a family anymore. It's
Yeah.
a burgeoning business.
Yeah. Absolutely no money will be made from this. Ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, sure, let's call it a business anyway.
We can write it off that way.
Oh, yeah. Joining our show, the home base show here at Gutter Trash Inc. In addition to our sister spin-off podcast, League Nights,
Yeah.
we are adding a podcast that neither you or I have anything to do with.
What? That seems not fair.
I know.
I think we should take it over.
All right. From now on, you are now listening to the Savage Fincast, where Jason and I will talk about all things Savage Dragon and Eric Larson related.
Oh, I haven't read that book in like 20 years.
Unfortunately, I haven't read that book in like 5 or 6 years.
Aw.
Um,
Maybe we shouldn't do it then.
okay. Then I'm handing over the reins of that show. Because I've been asked it now. It has to go on.
Yeah.
So someone else is going to host it. Those people are going to be, let me just pick 3 names out of the hat here.
Brian
Jim-
John Mitchell?
Yeah, those are all 3 names. Jim, Nick, and Craig are the hosts of the Savage Fincast, which is indeed a podcast dedicated to the Savage Dragon and everything Eric Larson related.
Sweet.
Eric Larson, probably one of the few comic creators who I absolutely 100% have total respect for,
Yeah.
whether I read his books or not.
Right.
We totally forgot to talk about that one thing.
Oh, well, maybe next time.
Okay, alright. We had busy weekends.
Yeah.
We can't pay attention to that bullshit.
No.
Yeah. Go to fincast.guttertrash.net to check out the first episode of the Savage Fincast, part of the Gutter Trash Network.
How is that a part of our network? How does that happen?
I invited them.
Oh, well then
agreed.
there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've known Jim online for a few years. I would say, under the loosest terms possible, that he is a fan.
Yeah.
We both used to be part of an art group on the old Newsarama message boards. He has listened to this show occasionally. He posts occasionally on my blog when I draw something.
Okay.
So
So he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. And he loves Eric Larson. He loves the Savage Dragon. And his pals are doing a podcast about it. Wrote to me, asked for some podcasting advice. Helped him the best that I could. And then I remembered that, I could actually host that show for him if he wanted to.
Nice.
It's like just have a place for him to put it up.
Right.
Said, I'll set it up for you. It'll be yours. I'm not going to have anything to do with it. He said, sure, let's do this.
That's cool.
So it's there.
Do you know the other couple fellas?
I do not know the other guys, no.
Okay. Well, I'd be curious to hear it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't read Savage Dragon in
Yeah.
forever, but I'd still like to see what the gentlemen have to say.
They, in the first episode, they talk about issue 175 of Savage Dragon, which just came out like 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Okay.
They talk about Crack Comics number 3, which is the next issue project thing that Eric Larson does.
Right.
They talked about him taking over Supreme with Alan Moore.
That's crazy.
Ah, that is crazy. And just general Savage Dragon and Eric Larson fanness.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Go check that out if you have any interest in that. And
Savage Fincast.
Savage Fincast.
Sweet.
Fincast.guttertrash.net. Alright, with that, I'm going to go ahead and make my movie pick for the next episode.
Awesome.
Sticking with the Missed Classics. Also realizing that it's been a while since we have watched just a straight comedy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like,
That's
I can't
cool.
really remember the last, like, just 100% this is a comedy.
Right.
movie. Like, some have been funny, but none of them have been comedies.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
probably been a while.
So, this one that I'm picking is one that I have never seen. I'm sure you have. I guess I'm gonna have to think of something on the fly if you veto it. But I am picking Stripes.
All right. That's awesome. I have seen it. I'd love to see it again.
Alright. Bills Murray.
And a bunch of other people.
And a bunch of other
Yeah.
guys. John Candy, Harold Ramis,
Yeah.
John Larroquette, he in that?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
So, I know a lot about it, just never seen it.
Wow. Okay.
So, looking forward to that.
Yeah. Stripes.
Alright. And then, yeah, I'll do it, I think.
Sweet.
Alright.
Well, everyone have a great week.
Yes.
We'll see you next time on Gutter Trash. I don't know why I did.
Works for me.
You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook. Or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.